Yes, it's another small battery operated chainsaw, but they are not all created equal. This one here is from Sainlogic, and they have provided it to me to unbox and demonstrate for you, which is what we're going to do coming up. I will say that these have come a long way since they were first introduced a few years ago. I have had some of the very first models, and as things progress, technology gets better, and each company strives to improve their product. And one of the big pluses is when they have automatic oiling, because the ones that first came out did not have automatic oiling, and you had to remember to oil that chain all the time. What I'm going to do here in this video is we're going to unbox this, and I'm going to explain how to adjust the chain, how to change the chain if you need to. And don't think of these as toys. They're not toys. They are very, very functional, and they are a great alternative to a gas-powered chainsaw when you have small to medium projects. Obviously you can't cut a tree down this big around with a 6-inch chainsaw, but if you're doing some pruning and maybe you're grubbing out a hedgerow or something like that, these are very easy to use. You can use them with one hand and they're not noisy. So I'll get you in close here. We'll get this thing out of the box. See what we got. Good look here. It's 6-inch 21 volt mini electric. Oh, I got the wrong language there unless you speak that. Let's turn it around. Now you can probably read that one. 6-inch portable electric chainsaw, brushless motor. So get this thing opened up. Okay, this comes in a nice plastic case, which is handy. I've had some that didn't have a case at all. So what do we got in here? We claim your registration now. Get a 1-year free warranty extension, okay? There is a user manual, and it looks like it's in a whole bunch of languages. It is. Lots of languages there. So we have the chainsaw itself. We have 2 batteries. I don't know how many amp hour these are. It must be a secret. It's not on there anywhere. These do not have the battery level gauges. Some batteries do. Probably not compatible with like a DeWalt or something that's proprietary, but your charger goes right in here, and here's the charger, little wall wart guy. So obviously you cannot charge it when it's on the chainsaw because it needs to plug in right there. And you get a pair of gloves, which one of them things fit most, but not me because I have big hands. I wear a size 11 glove and that isn't going to fit. Then we have some safety goggles. And we have a little bottle to stick oil in if you wish, and you have a spare chain. So this is toolless chain adjustment and chain changing, chain swapping. I'm not even going to look at the manual. I'm going to get right into this. Right here is going to be where your oil reservoir is, and this little guy here, you would just give that a little pump every now and then to oil your chain. So that's a nice feature there. But obviously this chain is too loose, so to adjust that, you would loosen this knob. I have something similar to this, so I know how this works. Then you have a little knob here with a plus and a minus. So to tighten this chain, you would rotate this down, and that will tighten that chain up. Still a little loose there. You get to about that point, you want a little bit of play there, and you just tighten this back down. Now this chain will stretch. After you use it for a few minutes, you're going to have to adjust it again. And not because of the brand. All chains stretch. I don't care what brand it is. They will stretch as you use them, and you're going to have to keep an eye on that and keep everything adjusted. So I guess the first thing I'm going to need to do here is get these batteries charging. Okay, another adjustment you have here is you have this little lever right here. Right now, as you can see, I have this set out so it's completely straight. If you need to go at an angle, if you push this, don't do this with a saw running though. Push that down, you can rotate the head here so you can get a little bit of an angle to it like so. And obviously I'm doing this with the battery disconnected, and you should do the same when you're adjusting the chain. Even though there is a safety here, you need to push this button before you can pull this trigger. Otherwise, if you just pull the trigger, you're not going to do anything. So that's a good safety feature on there. So let me get some oil here, see if I can't make a mess. So to oil this guy up, I just take this little cap off right here, and you notice I have a shop towel under there because I tend to make a mess when I'm doing this. And I just put bar and chain oil in there. And don't try to fill it too fast. Almost bubbled it over there. I know you can't see this, but try not to make a mess. So there I have the oil reservoir full, and I didn't spill any for a change. Put the cap back on. Then you'll need to prime this a little bit. A few pumps till you see some oil in there, and then when you squeeze that, it will oil the chain. So to put the battery on, it just slips onto the bottom here. I don't know if this has a charge in it or not. I haven't charged this one. Till it clicks, you'll push this button on the side and then pull the trigger. So it does have some charge in it. I don't know how much. Remember, anytime you're working with the chain or anything, push this little button on the bottom here. Take the battery off. That's just a common sense safety thing. Okay, to change the chain, you would loosen this. And then loosen this. So you take tension off the bar a little bit. Remove this completely. This will lift off. And you see you have an adjustment pin in there. That will need to line up with this pin in the bar when you're putting it back together. So you would just take this off, put your other chain onto the bar, and set it back on the sprocket. Notice that the teeth on the top of the bar have to face forward. If you put it on the other way, it won't cut. And you would just place it back on here like so. Set this back in place. And give that a little slide. You get your pin to drop in. Spin your knob back on. And you'll have to make your chain adjustment. Again, when you're adjusting your chain, you want a little bit of play here, but not a lot. You want to be able to pull that out just a little bit. And again, as I mentioned before, this chain will stretch after you use it a little bit. So you want about that much. Tighten your knob back down. And you are ready to go after you put the battery on, of course. So I'm going to get these batteries charged up. I have an idea of a place I want to demonstrate this with, but it happens to be 97 degrees outside right now and very humid. So I'm not really excited about going outside. Okay, one thing these are real handy for is getting in and trimming out overgrowth and hedgerows and such, which is exactly what I'm going to do here for a little bit of a demonstration. Got some overgrowth in here and some branches hanging down. We're going to whop them off. And as you can see here, that chain stretched, so I'll need to tighten that up. Just loosen this here a little bit. Loose here a few cranks. This is hard to do with one hand. There we go, got her tightened up again. Tighten that back down. Give it another couple little pumps of oil there. So there's a little quick demonstration of this. We just had 2 inches of rain, so it's mighty muddy out here. But yeah, this works excellent. And not having to have any tools to adjust the chain is a real plus. Having the oiler in it's a real plus. There'll be a link in the description on where you can get one of these from Sainlogic. I'm sure they'd be happy to send you one. I'm happy to use it. If you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. I'm Roger, not in the shop, out in the hedgerow. Got to do more trimming to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.